Welcome to this week's episode of our Did You Know Show. We are covering the most expensive sold homes both in Stockton and in Lodi. And I really think that one of these homes could be what I call the home of the year.
We are going to kick things off today in the city of Stockton. The most expensive sold home was found in Morada, where we've seen many other ones before. But what we've noticed is the homes that are quite popular that we're going over are like on the 1 to 3 acre pieces of land, a modern home with a lot of amenities, a place to store toys, a swimming pool, things like that. And this home has everything. So again, it's in Morada. The address here is 5460 Hildreth Lane. And this property was on 1.5 acres. I'm actually gonna start with the outside because that's what I was very enamored with. There's a detached RV shop, which allows, storage for your toys, all that kind of stuff. A ton of mature landscaping, beautiful garden paths. There's an actual garden there. You've got a gazebo with an outdoor kitchen, a swimming pool, a putting green, and there's really, you don't even have to leave your property. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this home really can appeal to anybody that's in the family that is looking for something. It has the heated pool like you mentioned, the outdoor kitchen, bocce ball court, and then even has a separate studio apartment.
Yes.
So if somebody needs, for guests that maybe stay the night too long, or that have a mother-in-law that needs to move in, look at some of these pictures of the studio apartment with its own full bathroom. This home appeals to everybody.
Yes, the outside of the property has so many amenities, something for everyone. Now let's take a look at the inside of the house. The house has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and is just under 3,000 square feet, to be exact, 2,959. And it was built in 1989, but clearly there have been updates since then. David, why don't you tell us about this really great open kitchen we're looking at?
I wanted to start in the kitchen. This is the main hub of the house. It opens up nicely into the dining room, and it looks like to be the family room as well. But getting back to this kitchen, if you take a closer look at it, it's definitely not 1989.
No.
It's definitely been updated. You have the all stainless steel appliances that appeal to most buyers. I mean, look at the amount of lighting. There's 9 recessed lightings in here with additional 3 pendant lighting. Most people love the farm style sink, if you look at that. And just the sheer amount of cabinet space there is built for entertaining. This house is perfect for entertaining. With all the toys and amenities that this house has, it has the kitchen to match it as well. So quite a beautiful property. What else about the house do we like?
Now, David, you mentioned the lighting in the kitchen, the pendant lighting, the recessed lighting, which is phenomenal, but I can't help but notice throughout the home, there are a ton of big windows that allow a lot of natural light to come in.
Yeah, they do.
And that's very attractive to buyers. I mean, it caught my eye right away. Here we can see in the living area, you've got these windows practically floor to ceiling, same thing in the bedroom, and it just really brightens up the space and is a huge selling point, I think, in this home.
There are 2 more features of this property that we feel like really need to show you guys, and that is the detached studio apartment and the awesome RV storage. So let's dive into the detached studio here. As you can see, it's just beautiful. It looks like a cabin kind of in the woods a little bit. Beautiful landscaping all around. So who would not want to spend the night there or stay for an extended period of time? But take a look at the inside of this studio apartment. Open vaulted ceilings, hardwood floors. What else does it have in there?
Well, again, I'm going to come back to the natural light because I'm such a huge fan of that. But if you look up, you've got the beams on the ceiling. So really cool, kind of a rustic cabin-y feel. But these windows, there's so much natural light that comes in from all the abundant windows in this space. We don't know what the square footage is, but if you kind of look through the photos, it looks pretty spacious. So again, just a really nice space for guests, in-laws. The bathroom's really cute. I mean, I love everything about it. You could even make it, if you wanted a home office outside of the house, so you have a little bit more space, a little more quiet. Really, the possibilities
are endless on this one.
Are endless, yes.
All right, last thing, let's get into the detached RV storage for all the toys. This is a another main huge selling point to this property. As you see, super clean inside. You know, what else do you need there?
Well, you know, and I can't help but think, I know you've experienced this too, but if you're a realtor and if you've ever showed a client a home with some of these types of features and it has abundant storage or a man cave, RV space, like people get super excited about it. So I'm sure this was a big attractive piece of this whole property to prospective buyers. So pretty neat.
Yeah. Like I said at the top, this could be a contender for home of the year in our opinion. Let's talk about the sale. We didn't get into the sale yet. So it was on the market for $1.35 million. It ultimately sold for $1.4 million. Had 3 offers. It ultimately sold for 1.4 cash offer. So, and it just took 8 short days to get those offers in place. And congratulations to the new buyers. They should be able to spend many happy and fun years in that house out in Morada East.
All right, we had a lot to say about the Stockton home. Let's head over to Lodi and check out the most expensive sold home there. Once again, we find ourselves in Lodi wine country.
Oh yeah.
We have a home which is in the country. There's country living, but you're not too far from town. David, tell us about this one.
All right, so the most expensive sold home in Lodi was located at 12647 East Tokay Colony Road, and that is Lodi countryside, like you said. Well, the main feature to this property, or one of them, has to be the acreage. The home sat on 4.9 acres, just shy of 5 acres, so that's another main drawing point. People love acreage, which is relatively close to town. But the home itself was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, and was a single story. Another key feature, a single story of 2,759 square feet. That's a pretty large house to be a single story home. Now looking into the house itself, it has a pretty massive kitchen. Again, tons of storage and cabinet space. The stove itself is a gas Viking stove, lots of burners there. Lots of room for entertaining, a couple sinks. It also has a stainless steel, popular farm style sink. Again, it actually looks out into the countryside, so that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the large kitchen opens up to a very spacious living room as well. So, you know, when I look at these photos, I can kind of envision holidays, family gatherings with all that open space. You could be cooking and socializing and people milling about the space. The master suite is also pretty spacious, and it leads to a really cute remodeled bathroom. Again, that farmhouse feel with the shiplap on the wall and the pendant lighting. Yeah, so a lot of these features are popular at the moment and probably were pretty attractive to prospective buyers as well. So the main draw of this property is the acreage. So let's go ahead and head back outside and see what we have there. This is a horse property. So you can see it does have a 4-stall barn. It's ready to go, and that would be a draw for some, but not all. But I must say there's adequate space to park an RV, boats. You've got a grassy area. So it's not just acreage of dirt. There's a trampoline, as you can see in one of those aerial photos. What do you think? You could have a volleyball game going. Again, I think of holidays and family gatherings, you know, really utilizing the space in the yards. If you've got little ones running around, there's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, maybe a third of it is the house and nicely landscaped, like you said, with the grass feature, a lot of opportunities to entertain. There's, again, another house with the water slide. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the pool there, but this property definitely appealed to somebody that loves horses and wants that horse property. You know, you have a fully fenced acreage there with the barn, like you mentioned. So definitely appealing to those animal lovers that have horses. So
yeah, and just under 5 acres. Again, I mean, you know, sometimes you'll see things that are 10 acres. I know people have said sometimes that feels a bit overwhelming, like it's too much land. So what we've kind of not noticed is like the 1 to 5 acre pieces seem to attract a lot of attention.
All right, let's get into the sales statistics of this home. It was listed for $1.399 million, and it was on the market for 68 days. Not a lot of action, so they ended up lowering the price by $100,000 to $1.299 million. And after a total of 280 days. They finally found the buyer.
Yeah.
You know, it takes just one. And they ultimately sold it for $1.15 million. And just the one offer using a conventional loan. The interesting stat I did find online is, yeah, they didn't get what they wanted for it, but they bought the house in 2012 for $380,000.
Wow.
You know, talk about perfect timing. Yeah. So quite a nice appreciation for them. So congratulations to the sellers and congratulations to the buyers as well, because they got a nice home on 5 acres.
Now, of course, we always like to ask the question of which house we would choose, which house you would choose if money were no object. I think it's pretty evident where our enthusiasm was this month on the most expensive sold homes. Both of them very cool. But David, if money were no object, which one would you choose?
Well, you know how I like Lodi wine country, but that one just didn't have the surrounding of vineyards around it. So I would definitely go with the Morada house, the Stockton home, which was in Morada this month. So many amenities, so many possibilities for fun and entertainment. That's hands down the call this month. What about you?
Yeah. The same, yes, absolutely. I loved everything about that Morada property. We talked about the natural light in the windows, but all the mature
you
trees. Yes,
yeah.
You can tell what I get excited about. But anyways, the trees, the shrubs, it felt like that little studio was like a cottage in the woods. Like, I just loved the whole vibe. So we're in agreement this month.
Yeah.
And of course, we'd like to know from you guys, what would you choose if money were no object, the Stockton property or the Lodi property? They're both very, very nice. So drop us a comment below. And of course, we always appreciate the likes and subscriptions. Until next time, we will see you on our next Did You Know show.